Congratulations on MLS Team of the Week.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was, I think it was a good win, or sorry, good draw for us, I should say. Good point, valuable point up there. New England's a very tough place to play. Any team could obviously tell you that. So it's good that hopefully that puts us on the right foot.
You said last week 5 games. I think you've had your 5 games now. It could keep going, I guess. You're waiting to hear from the coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's good competition between myself and Joe, and I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to get my chance to show the team what I can bring to the table and what I can do. But it's obviously the coach's decision, but everything is at what he does at the end of the day for the 11, and just going to go from there.
Occasionally, we saw a grimace when you were kicking the ball. What percentage would you say you were at health-wise, if we had to put a number on it?
Well, I have one healthy leg, so that's at least 50%, and I'm standing on my right leg, so I would give myself. No, I'm doing all right, to be honest. I'm just taking the necessary precautions to get myself ready if my name is called on for the weekend.
I asked Greg what are some of the differences that maybe he sees between you and Joe, and he said that he sees both of you are very similar, and he called you both traditional goalkeepers. I'm wondering, what's your assessment of do you see any differences between you and Joe, and in terms of maybe play style or certain kinds of
No, I mean, I think myself and Joe actually are quite similar, to be fair. We, especially when you see us training, we have very similar training habits, and we the two of us critique one another, and I think maybe that's why we could be considered more similar than other goalkeepers. Goalkeepers come in all different shapes and sizes, but I think just because me and Joe, we do have a very healthy working environment and working relationship, that's probably why maybe you see both of us in the same realm.
Joe got his chance when Stefan Fry went down to injury. An injury has given you your chance. I know it's not your choice, but what are your thoughts about players losing starting positions due to injury?
I mean, that's the name of the game, I guess, at the end of the day. Goalkeeper is such a tough position because only one guy gets to play come game time. So you have to wait for that opportunity, and just like Joe has waited and he finally got his opportunity when Steph went down, I obviously got my opportunity when Joe goes down. So you just have to take it as it comes. You have to be prepared for it and hopefully just show your stuff when it does come.
Having waited for your opportunity, now that you've had the chance to play in a handful of MLS games, I mean, has this been what you perhaps expected for yourself in terms of finally getting onto the field?
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I think the guys have a trust in me, which is good. It's great to have a trust in a guy that's stepping in, filling a role, which I think a couple of them have told me, which is a very good thing, and that gives myself, I think, more confidence to play better for them as well. So everything from my standpoint is going decent. Still critiquing myself a lot on little things and little mistakes that I'm making, and just trying to better myself every game.
Despite that, do you feel kind of like you're in the groove?
I'm getting there. If my leg's healthy for this weekend, then I'll definitely feel I'll be in the groove in a good way.
Have you seen the communication between yourself and the back four improve over the last 5 games as you guys have played together more and more?
Yeah, I mean, the two center backs have sort of interswitched with, or I should say they switched when in the 5 games from the Montreal games and the league games. But it's great to play really with everyone that's healthy right now. So I've gotten an opportunity to play with our 3 healthy center backs, and I've gotten to play with our 3 healthy outside backs. And I'm finding that the relationship between them and myself is getting better as well.
It's kind of a strange position you find yourself in, because whereas most, for example, outfield players, they can have a chance to step in multiple different positions and share those game day experiences. This is, I suppose, the first chance that you were also able to share in the stories. Does it feel good to finally, say, I was out there, I battled alongside my teammates?
Definitely. I mean, that's what everyone wants to do. Every player wants to do is be out there on the Saturday or the Sunday, whenever the game is, and gets to have the ups and the downs with the team. So it's one thing when you're within the 18 and you're still within the locker room doing all those things. It's another thing when you're actually making the impact in the game, for whether it's a positive or a negative. So you take a little bit more into it, I think, and you take a little more out of it, I should say.
And you touched on this the last time we spoke, but I'm wondering maybe if you can get into specifics with some of the things that maybe Joe Bendick has told you off the field in preparation for these games. Is there anything that's perhaps stood out for you?
No, I mean, he's been a great friend and a great teammate through this. To be honest, he's been telling me just to play my game and do the things that I know I can do and be positive and let the game come to me, which is a good thing. Sometimes as a goalkeeper, if you're not getting as many games, sometimes you make an impact early, and that may be detrimental to you. That may not come out the way you want it to be. So if you let the game come to you and do the things you know you can do well, then you're off on the right foot.
What kind of test are you expecting against the Portland Timbers coming up this weekend?
I mean, they're obviously they're always a difficult test. I mean, they're always very difficult to play against. Last year we played them at home and we were down. Was it 2-0 in the first couple minutes? Just like almost how we happened in Dallas, and we actually were lucky enough to turn it around and come out with a victory. So you can never really take any team lightly when you're playing home or away in this league, because in this league, on any given day, anyone could beat anyone. So.
Okay.